Today marks day 131 of the war in Iran, and as we can see this week a return of the escalatory strikes. The United States vowed to hit Iran even harder last night in the second night of strikes, a promise it kept, hitting 90 targets across Iran over the last 24 hours. Now, as these strikes undoubtedly represent a further fracture of the ceasefire agreement put in place only 3 weeks ago, what does this look like on the ground? Donald Trump has already said that the Iranians are apparently desperate for a deal already. So should we see where the strikes have been and, crucially, what this looks like going forwards? Now, this is some footage released by US Central Command, who claimed to have hit those 90 targets across Iran. And these mainly include air defense systems, coastal surveillance sites and assets, and drone storage sites as well. Most of these occurred on Iran's southern coastal strip, including at Bandar Abbas and Sirik. But crucially, and really importantly, this also included targeting rail infrastructure in the extreme northeast of the country as well, between Tehran and the city of Mashhad, which is where the late Ayatollah Ali Khamenei's funeral procession concluded today, so very symbolically important. The Iranians have sought to reply how they usually do, which is by striking American military bases across the region, hitting key American allies in the process. Now, we have seen the Patriot battery systems, the air defences in Kuwait have been targeted, military fuel installations and storage tanks in Bahrain, and also in Qatar, sensitive satellite communications have been targeted as well. One important potential escalation in this has been the potential targeting coming up of Karg Island. Now, people may remember this was speculated heavily back in March when US Marines retasked from the Asia Pacific were potentially going to seize the vital oil infrastructure site at Karg Island. Donald Trump reportedly claiming, though this is disputed, that he may want to take the island as well in a resumption of hostilities. Trump himself, last night on Air Force One with reporters, was claiming that the Iranians are desperate now to make this deal, even claiming that he'd had calls from the Iranian leaders themselves wanting to seek an end to these hostilities and trying to press the Americans. Going forwards, the key to the negotiation for the rest of the Memorandum of Understanding will be a firm understanding of who controls what in the Straits of Hormuz. Now, before this, obviously, it was free and open access international waters, but Iran have changed the game, and there's two key waterways. There's the northern Iranian waterway and the southern Omani and American-supported waterway or route for the traffic coming in and out. It will be undoubtedly explained to the Iranians, either directly through the Americans or through their mediators in the region, that simply cannot happen. The Iranians will not be allowed, from the American perspective, to have complete control of the Straits of Hormuz, which up until now they thought, presumably, that they could have had, which is what sparked the latest escalation. So this really needs to be a point of the negotiation going forwards, and really the key deadlock now as they try to break and resume the Memorandum of Understanding. The last 48 hours of tensions, though, and the escalatory strikes by both sides will make these negotiations, as important as they are, even more difficult going forwards.